What's up, Detroit faithful? You've just landed back on Lions News Fan Report, where we dissect every rumor, tease every twist, and deliver the most electrifying Lions coverage straight to your screens. If you live and breathe Honolulu, blue and silver, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to Lions News Fan Report, because today we're plunging into a story that could reshape Detroit's wide receiver room in a heartbeat. Rumor. Has it the Lions brass is quietly examining a roster move that's sending shockwaves through Motor City. A hometown hero who once lit up the big house now finds himself teetering on the brink of exile. Could it be that Detroit is poised to part ways with one of its own, trading or cutting this ex-Michigan favorite to free up valuable cap space? Is it possible that a player who dreamed of donning the Lions helmet for life might be pushed out the door before the ink even dries on his contract? Let's set the scene. Last January, the Lions inked a reserve-future deal with a former Wolverines standout, hoping his local roots and collegiate acclaim would translate into game-changing contributions at Ford Field. But fast forward to this spring, and whispers around Allen Park hint that he may not survive the team's June cuts. Sources inside the organization suggest that moving on from this wideout would net Detroit more than $1 million in cap savings, a tidy sum as the club gears up for its win-now strategy, fan-sided. With the Lions locked into a fierce battle for NFC supremacy, could sacrificing one potential depth piece be the price of bolstering the core? Digging into the details, our subject, whose name we'll reveal shortly, struggled to carve out consistent snaps with his previous NFL squad, tallying just 15 receptions over 2 seasons and earning a reputation for a handful of untimely drops, fan-sided. Remember that critical Week 3 matchup last season, when a deep pass slipped through his fingertips, robbing his team of a chance to ice the game? Moments like that can haunt a player's standing, especially when you're competing against hungry rookies and proven veterans for a roster spot. Now, imagine the Lions' spring workouts, a crowded receiving corps stacked with established playmakers like Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams, complemented by savvy veterans Tim Patrick and Khalif Raymond. Then sprinkle in the draft's new faces, dynamic athletes from Arkansas and Georgia who flashed serious upside during spring drills. In that context, does our Wolverine alum really fit? Could Detroit's decision-makers view him as the odd man out, a luxury they simply can't afford if they're to protect their playoff ambitions? Some insiders believe this move could signal a deeper philosophical shift in Detroit's talent evaluation, prioritizing explosive playmakers who can deliver immediately over developmental projects with shaky track records. Could cutting loose, a hometown product, send a clear message that only elite performance will suffice in this dog-eat-dog roster competition? And what does that mean for locker room morale when a player with deep Michigan ties finds himself on the outside looking in? On social media, fans are already buzzing. "I get why they'd clear cap space, but losing a local guy hurts," wrote one commenter. Another fired back. "Talent wins in this league. Legacy doesn't. This is business." Such polarized takes underscore the emotional stakes. We all love a feel-good story of a local kid making good, yet the NFL's business side can be ruthlessly pragmatic. Is this potential parting a harsh reality check or a necessary sacrifice on Detroit's path to contention? Beyond cap savings and competition, the timing couldn't be more precarious. The Lions must finalize their roster decisions by early June, meaning whispers could become headlines any day now. Will they announce a surprise trade, packaging our mystery receiver to another contender for late-round draft compensation? Or will they simply waive him, letting the waiver wire determine his next destination? Either way, the fallout promises to be dramatic. So far, the front office has maintained radio silence, but eagle-eyed beat reporters note heightened activity in contract negotiations and depth chart reshuffles. Some even speculate that this move is part of a larger domino effect, designed to clear room for a blockbuster acquisition or an unexpected mid-season trade? Could this local star's exit be just the opening act in a summer of seismic Lions roster moves? We've laid out the stakes, the speculations, and the scenarios, but now it's time to zero in on the man at the center of it all. Soon, we'll reveal the identity of Detroit's embattled wide receiver and dive into what his potential departure means for both him and the team. Stay tuned for Part 2, where we'll unpack every angle, assess the ripple effects, and deliver the no-holds-barred conclusion you crave. If you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe to Lions News Fan Report so you won't miss a single update on Detroit's off-season shakeups. Now, let's cut straight to the chase. The mystery man we've been teasing is none other than former Michigan standout Ronnie Bell. Yes, Ronnie Bell, the fan favorite who dazzled with clutch catches in Ann Arbor, is reportedly on the roster. Bubble as the Lions finalize their June cuts. The question on everyone's mind is simple. Will Bell survive in Detroit, or is his hometown dream about to be cut short? From the moment Bell signed his reserve Chuck Future contract last winter, expectations were sky high. His speed, route precision, and knack for coming through in big moments made him a natural fit for Dan Campbell's up-tempo offense. Yet, as the spring heat turned up at Allen Park, whispers circulated that Bell's inconsistent drops and limited special teams snaps might undermine his chances. Now, with depth chart battles looming, Detroit's decision-makers appear poised to make a tough call, one that could free up critical cap space but cost the locker room one of its most beloved, local talents. Could this move signal a swift pivot toward veteran reliability over upside potential? Some draft room insiders suggest the Lions want to clear Bell's roster slot for a midseason acquisition, perhaps an under-the-radar free agent who can step in immediately if injuries strike. Others believe they're simply choosing to prioritize players with more polished pro-day measurables, wisdom born of last year's tight playoff loss, where every yard and every catch felt like a matter of inches. If Bell is indeed waived or traded, the ripple effect could reshape special teams units, practice squad dynamics, and even the mood in the locker room as the veterans absorb the message, performance trumps pedigree. But let's entertain another scenario. Imagine Detroit engineers a low-risk trade package, sending Bell to a team in need, say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where a fast-tempo passing game could unlock his deep threat potential. Could Bell revive his career under a fresh play caller, turning a Lions roster casualty into a Cinderella story elsewhere? Fans wonder if Bob Quinn's connections to former Michigan coaches might facilitate such a move, turning speculation into reality and offering Bell the platform he needs to prove his worth at the pro level. On social media, reactions are split. One commenter posted, "Detroit's showing no mercy. If Bell can't catch reliably, why keep him?" Another fired back, "He's a hometown kid. Give him a fair shot." That tension underscores the high stakes for Bell and the franchise alike. Will loyalty carry any weight, or is this simply the cold calculus of NFL roster management? Beyond Bell's individual fate, the Lions' broader offseason strategy is at play. Clearing Bell's spot could allow for the sign and trade of a veteran linebacker or interior defensive lineman, positions where injury depth is critical. Could Detroit be laying the groundwork for a surprise free agency splash using the saved cap to reel in a disruptive pass rusher or a lockdown nickel back? The dominoes are poised to fall, and Bell's roster status may be the first to tip. As June's roster deadline looms, keep your eyes peeled for breaking news. Will the Lions officially announce Bell's release, or will a last-minute reprieve keep him in Honolulu, blue and silver? And if he does depart, where might his journey take him next? Perhaps a Midwest rival or a team with a hole on the perimeter. Could we see a mid-season reunion? Bell suiting up against Detroit and reminding his hometown what they lost? Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Ronnie Bell deserves another chance in Detroit, or is the Lions' decision justified by on-field realities? Could cutting him be the catalyst for a bigger move that propels this team deeper into playoff? Contention. Share your thoughts below. I'm eager to read your takes and debate the future of our Lions. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe to Lions News Fan Report, and ring the bell to stay locked in on every rumor, trade whisper, and breaking update. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon for the next electrifying chapter in Detroit Lions news.